Every superhero needs a supervillain, but when it comes to the comic book industry, one rivalry rises above all others: Marvel versus DC Comics. Long before the companies dreamed of sharing movie universes, fans debated which heroes would come out on top, Marvel's Avengers or DC's Justice League. The fans aren't always going to agree, and the heroes definitely won't be doing battle anytime soon. So for now, we can only look to the comics and imagine how a battle between Marvel and DC's best and brightest would play out. Make sure you let us know what you think in the comments below. Here's our answer to the question: the Avengers versus the Justice League. Who would win? Captain America versus Batman. It's only fair to give each superhero a single opponent, and it's hard to think of two men less alike than Steve Rogers and Bruce Wayne. Embodying the brightest and darkest of humanity, these two would let their martial arts training do the talking. Cap would have an edge thanks to his superhuman strength, but Batman has never needed a superpower beyond his gadgets, intellect, and gift for planning ahead. Both men would land some punches, but considering Batman is the only person trusted to bring down Superman and is willing to cross lines no good soldier ever would, there's no way Cap comes out ahead. Wonder Woman versus Thor. It wouldn't be a battle between good and evil, but a fight between God and Goddess would be one for the ages. Both are divine juggernauts in their own universe, but most of the Asgardians and Amazon superpowers would be cancelled out since both are almost completely invincible. But even if Diana's powers come from the ancient Greek gods, Thor's are completely alien and cosmic in origin. Add in his ability to fly into warrior's madness, granting him nearly limitless strength and rage, and even Diana's divine magic would be tested. She may have been noble enough to wield Thor's hammer in the comics, but in a head-to-head fight, there's just no matching the God of Thunder. Iron Man versus Cyborg. It's hard to know which would be the more important angle of this battle: robotic suits or IQs. Tony Stark and Vic Stone were both brilliant men before tragedy struck, merging their bodies with cutting-edge technology. In Cyborg's case, literally replacing his lost limbs and organs with advanced tech. There's no question Cyborg would land some punishing hits, particularly with his sonic cannon. But he became a DC icon based on his personality, not his deadliness. The fight would prove that Cyborg deserves just as much fame as Iron Man, but in the end, Tony's knack for invention and global protection would give him the upper hand, even if needed to create a brand new weapon or government agency to do it. Superman versus Hulk. It may not be the marquee matchup comic fans would hope for, but if it's Superman's job to take on the biggest physical threat, then Hulk is his man. The two have both been given almost endless power over the years, with Hulk able to survive nuclear bombs and apparently no limit to how strong his anger can make him. Unfortunately for him, Superman is Superman. Without kryptonite or magic, there's almost no blow Superman can't survive. Plus, you don't need to destroy Hulk to beat him, since a quick trip to the moon would take him out of the fight. And if there's one League member you just can't stay mad at, it has to be the mild-mannered Kansas farm boy. Green Lantern versus Captain Marvel. As a pair of fighter pilots who cross paths with alien warriors and wind up superheroes patrolling deep space, Hal Jordan and Carol Danvers would have plenty to talk about. Ms. Marvel's gifts are a result of fusing with the alien DNA of the original Captain Marvel, meaning she can fly, survive in space, and even fire powerful energy blasts from her hands. But the Green Lantern ring is something of a win button in this fight, since Hal could create almost anything he could imagine, including replicating Carol's own powers. Even without the core at his back, Hal has found a way to win almost every fight the DC Universe could throw at him. With his ring in hand, Ms. Marvel would learn the hard way that the Lantern's oath is also a warning to any would-be challengers.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's life.
Aquaman versus Namor the Submariner. For the sake of Marvel and DC fans, it's best not to point out all the similarities between their half-human, half-Atlantean warriors. They're basically identical, with both heroes able to live underwater and communicate and work with marine life, when they're not too busy leading their kingdoms. Namor's strange or unexplained powers would be the biggest difference, since he can fly thanks to wings growing out of his ankles and can control water itself. Fans might hope that the two sons of the ocean and mainland could find common ground, but given both of their tempers, a fight is inevitable. And even if it's due to his extra mutant powers, the Submariner has the advantage. Spiderman VS The Flash. How do you stop a hero able to move at the speed of light? Easy. Put him up against a man who can sense the future. Peter Parker's spidey senses would help him evade some of the Flash's attacks, and he's got the brains to keep a trick or two up his sleeve. but DC has made it clear that Barry Allen and Wally West are almost impossible to stop once their full power is unlocked. The Flash would win this round, but honestly, the two jokesters are just as likely to become best friends before a punch is even thrown. If we tally everything up, it seems Justice League would take it home. But that's just one way we see a showdown between Marvel and DC's greatest heroes shaking out. What do you think? Were our predictions in line with your own, or are we selling some of these heroes short? Share your own picks in our comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to watch more great videos like this one.